Good evening, Peepers. This is Jeepers. It is 5 a.m. and let's just jump right into it, shall we? I should be dead. I should be dead. I felt it. I felt my neck snap. I felt my bones splinter. They pushed me. I fell. My neck hit something on the ground. I couldn't feel my body. But then I felt something snaking down and up my spine, pulling my body back together. I can only describe it as vines under my skin, something keeping me tightly taut. Without thinking, I get back up and hold out my arms, covering my face. Too late. The man pulls back his fist and hit me again. His armored glove impacts my face, and I taste blood. And then, I don't. My head snaps back. Again, those vines under my skin pulled me back together. Before I even know what I'm doing, I'm on top of the man. I'm punching him, my fist getting bloodied as they impact him again and again. His helmet falls off, and my hands are striking down on his face. I feel the bones in my fingers snap from the brute force, but those vines again come back again and pull them back together. Someone yells. An alarm goes off. Down the seemingly infinite white halls, men show up dressed in black, armed to the teeth. They saw me. Through their semi-transparent helmet visors, I can see the fear in their eyes. They're screaming. I'm screaming. Rifles drawn, they started shooting. The muzzle flashes from their guns remind me of a beautiful flame. What a beautiful flame, I say. I'm at the beach. I'm with him. I can't remember his name for some reason. I feel something for him. I can't remember what it's called. Love? He laughs and tosses more driftwood into the bonfire, sending sparks into the summer breeze. The waves crash on the shore, and he looks up at me. Keep up with this flirting, and I might just end up falling for you. He does something with his mouth. A smile, I believe it's called. I smile back. I can't keep it off my face. I move my head shyly away from him. My heart pounds. I'm happy. He moves to sit next to me, closer than he has to. And I don't mind, really. Even though I'm sitting next to a bonfire, I can remember feeling as if his heat was 20 times stronger than the flames. I awkwardly moved closer to him. You know, he says, there's really no reason for you to be nervous. You know me. I feel blood rushing to my face. You... I stutter. I've been staring at his eyes for too long. I flash an embarrassed smile. He moves his hand to mine and turns to face me. Is this okay? He asks. I smile and I nod. I smile as the bullets pierce through me. I feel the vines moving through my body. The pain feels good. I run through the ranks of men, the flames all around me. They try to stick things inside me, but I'm too fast. The vines seem to snake out of my body, helping me to take them down. Their blood on my hands excites me. As suddenly as it started, it's all over, and I'm left in torn rags. Once a pristine white, now a blood-stained red. I feel myself start to drift away, and I have to stay up. I can't fall. I reach out to steady myself, but it all goes black. I reach out to steady myself on a nearby rock. I had almost slipped in the puddle of ocean water. It's early morning. The night before was incredible. I think the word is good. It was really good. I moved through the rocks, sticking out of the sand like giant splinters. I left him back at the remains of the bonfire. I wanted to explore, I think. As I moved through the rock formations, I got careless again. 3 things happened at once. I slipped, I tried to steady myself, and as I repositioned my foot, something pierced into it. I let out a small yelp and sat down quickly to see what had happened. I turned my foot around to inspect it, but couldn't seem to find a wound. I have no clue what punctured me. It still hurts, so I run my finger on my soles, but I can't feel anything out of the ordinary. What's that under my skin? Almost as if something moved under it and disappeared. Almost like something was reaching through my skin. I must have been seeing things. I ran back to him, back to the remnants of the bonfire. Something happened. What happened? What happened? I tried to ask. Instead, the only noise that comes out is a dreary "You're in an laboratory." A man in a white lab coat looks at me. His expression is hidden behind some sort of gas mask. He makes unintelligible noises. I can't tell if his voice is muffled by the mask or if I was too hurt to understand his words. I observe my surroundings. I'm tied to some sort of bed, arms and legs secured, tubes stuck in me, but I can't seem to feel any pain. Suddenly, men in full protective yellow suits come in. Like the man in white before, they wore some sort of protective mask. They started pricking and prodding me, injecting me with things. The vines lashed out at them from inside of me, but they were quickly taken care of with some sort of spray. For the first time in a long while, I felt pain. I tried to scream, but I realized my mouth was gone. I couldn't feel the opening. I could barely feel my tongue. And my teeth were all gone. They cut 3 of my fingers off. All the while the vines came out of me, but were quickly subdued. I'm in pain. Pain like never before. I feel the vines moving through me, reaching through my muscles, breaking and fixing my bones. The vines slither up my once broken neck, into my skull. I feel them jump around. It hurts. My eyes start to close, but then my body starts moving, almost as if the vines themselves are pulling me with unseen strings. It hurts. It doesn't hurt me, I said to him. He was looking over at my foot, not sure what to make of the predicament. I don't know what to say. Nothing seems wrong. If you're positive you're not seeing things, you're going crazy. He flashed me a smile. Again, I smiled back. No, it was something. It was crawling under my skin. He raised a skeptical eyebrow, but didn't say anything. I swatted his arm playfully. Maybe I'm just tired. He stood up and stretched. We did have a late night. He flashed me a knowing smile. I smiled back and stood up to face him. The way he looked at me, I shyly nodded and moved my gaze downwards, hiding the happiness dancing on my face. I quickly moved my gaze downwards to focus on what was in my blood-stained hands. A device of some sort? It took a moment, but I was finally able to recall what it was. A laptop. I looked at my surroundings, and I was dressed in rags, in a closet full of brooms and cleaning agents. I cracked the door of the closet open, only to be greeted by the white hallways I've come to hate. I decided to open the computer. A post-it note near the touchpad had a password scratched on it, which I quickly typed into the laptop. Some sort of application opened up. Is that what it's called? No matter. And I wrote down everything I could in chronological order. I don't know what's happening to me, but I don't want to forget anything. All the while, only one thing keeps flashing through my mind. I should be dead. Yeah, so if it sounds strange to you, that's because that's exactly how the story was written. Basically, flickering in and out of memories back to the time frame on the beach when you, or when she got pricked by the weird creature. So, like, Parasite, but less gory? Anyways, I don't know what to say. Pretty interesting story. If you like this, remember to like it, please. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, yada, all that nice things. You can check out my Twitter, check out my Instagram, and stay safe, don't stay out late, and remember to always be kind, creepers. Oh man, I will see you in the next video. Bye now.